right, y'all, we are live. So happy F.L.Yday. Happy F.L.Yday. Happy F.L.Yday. My name is Lanisha Marie. If you are new here, if you're new to the channel, new to the page, welcome. And to all my OGs, welcome back. But if you're new, again, my name is Lanisha Marie, aka the Fly Coach, and Fly stands for fulfilling living year-round, okay? Because it is my goal and my intention to help individuals thrive in every area of life. That's spiritually, mentally, physically, financially, and professionally. And I also help corporate women monetize their skills to create purpose-driven income outside the 9 to 5. I love helping women break the limits off of their mindsets and their money so that they can build the life of their dreams. So I'm so excited to be here for F.L.Yday Live. If you are new, what is F.L.Yday? F.L.Yday is a day that we celebrate the work that we put in this week. We share any lessons that we learned, and we recognize areas where we may have fell off, areas where we may not have completed the goals that we had set out for this week. We recognize the barriers that we came up against. We recognize it and we make the adjustments for next week so that we can continue moving forward. We never want to be stuck, okay? The goal is to always continue moving forward. So hey, if you're just tuning in, make sure you go ahead and you share in the comments, whether you're watching this live or you are watching the replay. If you are hearing this live, if you're hearing this replay, I want you to share something that you are proud of. What did you do this week? What did you do? What did you accomplish? Because it is so easy to minimize the work that we're doing, but small steps equals progress. And so no matter how big or how small, celebrate the work that you're doing. I want to hear about it, and I want to celebrate with you as well. Okay. Today was this week was a very productive, impactful week. I was very, very busy this week wearing all of my hats, sometimes several in the same day, but we made it through the week, y'all. So I'm just excited about that. So if you're watching this live, make sure you send a wave so that I know that you're here, okay? And if you're catching the replay, go ahead and put #replay because the conversation continues even after this live ends, but you already knew that. All right, so let's get into this conversation and what the lesson for this week for me was. But again, I want you to share whatever lessons what is life teaching you. Go ahead and share that in the comments as well so I can read it. But the lesson that I wanted to talk about this week is that you can live a life where how you earn reflects who you are. See, oftentimes individuals will separate it. And that's where you all see individuals be frustrated in their work because of that misalignment. So I said, let's talk about it this week because it came up in a couple of my conversations. And y'all know that's just kind of how I do my content. Am I getting a reoccurring theme? And then that's how I just feel led to share on the particular topic. So if we ever have a conversation, just know that if I'm talking about it, it's not just because of you. It's because it's probably come up several times or in several different conversations recently that I'm like, let's have a conversation about this on a grander scale, okay? But this is what I want you to know, that you weren't created just to survive, okay? You weren't created just to clock in, clock out, live for the weekend. Yes, it's F.L.Yday, but do you know how many individuals literally live for the weekend? And I'm like, but it's only 2 days. It's only 2 days. So I want you to live for the whole entire week. I want you to feel the same way that you feel on Fridays because it's the weekend is the same way that I want you to feel on Mondays when you're starting your new week, okay? So you were created to live with purpose, with gifts. You have values. And when you align those different things and how you earn income with who you really are, that's where life hits different. And that's why I always say that fulfilling living is a totally different way of living. And it's why I'm so, and that's why I'm so passionate about what I do and the work that God has called me to, because I'm like, fulfilling living, man. Fulfillment is found in purpose. It's where wealth sits, and it is harder to quit. So I want to talk about the misalignment trap really quickly. So this is going to be more so for the individuals that are kind of the high achievers like me, or maybe the individuals that feel stuck, or the individuals that are just like, I'm tired of this job, but this job is paying me well, but I just really wish I could be doing something different. Okay. You could be in a career that pays the bills, but it's draining your spirit or your energy. You are probably multi-gifted, but your gifts are sitting over there collecting dust because your job just takes up all of your energy. And I know what it feels like to be that way, because like I said, as I grew in my career in HR, I was working like 50, 55 hours per week, that by the time I got off work, I didn't want to really do too much. And so it's about being intentional and creating that strategy and that the time management to say, guess what? If I can devote this amount of time to this job, I can absolutely give 30 minutes to an hour a day working on something that's going to fulfill me or something that's going to light my fire. So whether you crave more freedom, but your time is very, very limited, this is what I want you to know, that just because you're good at something doesn't mean that it's aligned with your purpose. I tell people all the time, HR for me is just a skill set, but it wasn't my passion. It was just something that I was good at. And it's something that still pays me because I still am an HR consultant, but I take on very limited projects. But I tell people all the time, HR was just a skill. HR is just a skill set for me, but it's not the passion. My passion and my purpose is helping individuals find theirs, walk in theirs, and live an abundant life, because we were created more than just to survive and on barely making it or just paycheck to paycheck. Like, the God that I serve, broke is just it's not my portion. Abundance and overflow, because I like to pour and be a blessing to others, which means I have to be pouring from my overflow. And so I always stress that just because you're good at it doesn't mean that that's what you should always be doing. But I tell individuals that everything that I've done over the course of my career, the different positions, the different industries, it all works together for the good. And it says that in a book that I read, it all works together for the good, right? Because I needed HR. If I didn't work in HR, it wouldn't have gotten me to this point. I wouldn't have been able to be in those conversations. I wouldn't have been seeing all of the data, the research, having the conversations with the employees to really find out how many employees are unfulfilled in the work that they're doing, but they're just working a job to pay bills, but they're not tapping into their skills and they're not doing the thing that lights their fire. If I didn't work in HR, none of that would have happened, okay? But what I don't want is that I don't want you to just get comfortable, because when you get comfortable, you're not going to move forward. It's easy to get stuck when you're just comfortable, but it's like, we got to push past that, because comfortable does not mean that you're fulfilled. I know so many people that work six figures, that earn six figures, and they're still not fulfilled. We see this all the time with celebrities making millions of dollars, and then different things happen and they're no longer with us, because money doesn't always equate to happiness. So that's why I'm like, no, I want to help individuals find fulfillment, because that is different. And so, no, your income should never cost you your identity, and your paycheck should never silence your purpose. Okay. So I want to just go over some quick tips of how to better align your income with your identity to help you shift from surviving to truly flying. And you know that's what this is all about on this page. It literally says it right behind me: fulfilling living year round. Okay. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is take inventory of your gold mine. I say it all the time. So many people are sitting on a gold mine. You're sitting on overlooked skills, which is why I do the work that I do. You're sitting on lived experiences and passions. So take inventory of what people always come to you for, what lights you up, what feels effortless, because you have the grace to do it. Not everybody has the grace to do that thing, but it's so easy to minimize it and overlook it, which is why I do the work that I do. So if you need help, make sure that you make a comment or you DM me so that we can talk about this more. But I want you to ask yourself, what's in my hands right now that I've been sleeping on? Okay. Because I'm here, my personal mission is to help wake people up, because so many people are asleep. So many people are asleep on their dreams. You dream when you sleep, okay? So at some point, you got to wake up and you got to start making that thing a reality. And so that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. I don't want this to just be a dream. I want you to wake up and I want you to start pursuing it. I want you to take the next step that you need to in order to make it a reality, okay? Number 2, diversify your income without losing who you are. I did another post about this today, about the 3 myths that talented professionals make in terms of income streams, and which is why it limits their income. They typically only have one income stream, their one paycheck. And so I highly encourage you to go in and tune into that post. But just know that you don't have to quit your 9 to 5 tomorrow. I am never going to tell people this is not quit your job day, but you can build something. You can start building something that aligns with your purpose. Like for me, in the different things that I help individuals do is whether it's helping to start coaching, consulting, digital products, write books, or even start a travel business. Those are all things that I have started, grown, and just continue to grow and scale. And so those are kind of my area of expertise, but know that there are so many other things, and I help individuals figure it out. So start with one. Just start with one aligned stream that excites you and reflects your values, because your work should work for you, not just pay you. Okay. And then number 3, I want you to join a purpose aligned community. Okay. Because you were never meant to figure this thing out alone. I literally commented on someone's post earlier this week, because not earlier this week, it was today. I commented on someone's post today because they're wanting to put together an event and their budget is kind of limited. And my first thought was, you need to be seeking out sponsorships. You need to be connecting and collaborating with other individuals to help bring your vision to life. But so often, see, in our African-American community, I don't know why we do this, but I've been watching more documentaries and having more conversations about this, of why is it that we want to do everything alone? Why is it that you want to gatekeep? Why is it that you want to isolate? No, we were never meant to do things alone. We should not be building things alone. No, you lock arms with individuals that are purpose-driven. They have their assignment, you have your assignment, but there's a little bit of overlap where your area of brilliance and my area of brilliance can make it that much better. And it can lighten the load. And now I'm not over here acting like I'm Superwoman, knowing how to do everything and trying to figure everything out. I don't have time for that. And so I want you to surround yourself with women or men, because I know that there are men that do follow me. But I want you to connect with individuals who are also walking on the same path, right? They're wanting to do something different because they're looking to create different results. They're tired of getting the same results. And we know what the definition of insanity is: doing the same exact thing over and over, but expecting a different result. So I want you to find the individuals, hint, hint, me, or the Fly Society, or find your tribe, find your group, that are doing the same thing, that are like, no, I'm ready for something different. I'm ready to experience different, but that know that doing the work matters, because I don't want you to get around people that just say that they want to do something, but they're not willing to put in the work. Those are two totally different people. Get around the doers, not just the dreamers. You got to get around the doers, because those are the conversations that will keep you, though that group and those conversations are going to do two things. It's either going to push you forward or it's going to keep you stuck where you are. So get around the right community. Okay. So as I wrap this up, happy Fly Day, y'all. Again, go ahead and drop your wins for the week. Go ahead and share your lessons for the week. That was kind of the lesson I wanted to share that had been on my heart over the course of conversations that I've had. So if anything I said just kind of resonated with you, let me know in the comments. Let me know any takeaways. If you're like, you know what, Lanisha, I need to do something different, or points 1, 2, or 3 stood out to me, because I'm ready to go from burnout to breakthrough. I'm ready to go from surviving to thriving to flying. And I want to personally invite you to join my free Facebook community. The Fly Society is for purpose-driven women in life, business, and travel. And it's a space for like-minded women who are ready to just elevate in every area of life. So I definitely want to see you there. And if you're done playing small, I want you to make sure that you, again, drop some flames, drop the word fly, drop a rocket ship if you're ready to go to the next level. Okay. And let's get on a call so that way we can help you go to your next level, because it's time to elevate. Okay. Most importantly, it is time to fly. Happy Fly Day, y'all. Happy Fly Day. I hope you have an awesome and amazing weekend. I will see you. I won't say the same time because this was a late one this time, but I will definitely see you next Fly Day. And guess what, y'all? The next time you see me, we're going to already be in August. It's going to be August 1st. So these next couple of days, I want you to finish July strong. Okay. Chapter 7 is on the way out. Chapter 8 is just right around the corner. So do something this weekend or over the course of the next couple of days to make it count. I'll see you later. Have an awesome and amazing day, and I will talk to you soon.